Thank you so much for watching this inclusion video series. The purpose of this inclusion video series is to help teachers, parents, and coaches include children with visual impairments in after-school sports and in physical education. We would like to thank the Lavelle Foundation, the College at Brockport, Camp Abilities, and the Institute on Movement Studies for Individuals with Visual Impairments for their support for this video series.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Ball, and I'm an Alpine Paralympian, and I just ran the Buffalo Marathon. Today we're here to talk to you about how you can modify basketball for children who are blind and visually impaired. Basketball is actually a common sport for children who are blind and visually impaired to play. And today we'd like to show you some of the simple modifications that you can make to adapt the sport for the children in your physical education class and who participate in sports after school.
Tip 1. Court orientation. To orient a student with VI to basketball, use a tactile board. The board will teach the student the concept of the court, such as location of the three-point lines, foul lines, and the center of the court. Here, Chris is feeling the tactile board for basketball. Tip 2. Goal orientation. Walk the perimeter of the court with the student with VI to further orient him. Then show him how high the backboard and rim are compared to his height. Let the student with VI feel the rim, net, and backboard to understand the dimensions and texture of each. Use a cane or hockey stick if the child is not tall enough. Tip 3. Provide instruction. It is important to teach all students the basics of basketball, such as the game objectives and rules for basketball, as well as the game-specific skills, such as triple threat, play fake, dribbling, passing, and shooting. For students with VI, you will need to use some additional teaching strategies besides demonstrations and verbal instructions. Here, Chris feels a peer dribbling in a triple threat position, passing, and shooting. Tip 4. Teach whole, part, whole. Teach the whole game of basketball before breaking down the game into parts. This means the whole game itself and then the skills involved. To teach a student with VI to dribble, have a peer dribble the ball and explain using clear and concise language what the peer is doing so the student with VI understands the concept of dribbling. In the same sense, have the class play a basketball game and provide step-by-step description of what is happening on the court so the student with VI learns what basketball looks like before you teach him or her the component parts. Once the student with VI understands the whole game of basketball, then he or she is ready to learn the parts or skills used in the game and will soon be on the road to playing basketball with her sighted peers. Tip 5. Teach physical guidance. Physical guidance is an effective teaching strategy for individuals with visual impairments. It is used when the instructor or a peer moves the student with visual impairments through the motions of a motor skill to teach the coordination patterns for that skill. When using physical guidance, always ask the child permission before touching him. We recommend using clear and concise verbal description with physical guidance. Here, a peer uses physical guidance to teach Chris how to perform a layup by moving his body through the motion of the dribble and shot. Tip 6. Teach tactile modeling. Tactile modeling is often a preferred method of learning motor skills by students with VI. Tactile modeling is a method in which the student with VI tactically feels the instructor or a peer complete the movement pattern. The instructor can hold certain positions to help the student with VI to know where multiple limbs should be moving to the next movement pattern. This teaching allows the student with VI to feel more in control rather than have their limbs passively moved. Here, Chris is tactically modeling a peer demonstrating a triple threat situation to help him understand the positioning and the 3 options in a triple threat. Tip 7. Task analysis. Task analysis is breaking down the skill into component parts so that the child understands each component. The example here is dribbling. Notice that the student starts out on his knees doing a modified dribble by repeatedly releasing the ball and briefly catching it on the bounce. Next, he repeats the same drill, but while standing. He then dribbles the ball with no catch using his finger pads on both hands. Finally, he does the same with one hand. Here is an example of task analyses of foul shooting, breaking the skill down into palm up, elbow down, 2 hands on the ball, extended arms, and follow through with lead hand. Tip 8. Game modifications. Some game modifications for basketball are 1. Attach a portable sound source or tap the rim with a cane so the child knows the basket location. 2. Use a funnel cone coming from the basket so the ball returns to the shooter. 3. Use a bell basketball. 4. Provide a peer guide in a game so the student with VI knows what is going on. 5. Use a bounce pass and call the student's name so she knows where to catch the ball. 6. Wear bright pennies for easier teammate identification on the court. Tip 9. Game announcing. Always have an announcer for games so the student with VI knows what is happening during a game. Tips for teaching children who are deaf-blind. 1. Determine the best way to communicate before and during the activity. This may be with tactile signs or tactile cues. 2. Ensure the student knows all terms and concepts associated with the sport. 3. Explain the signs and names of all equipment, scoring, and strategies.
I think with a few thoughtful modifications, I think everyone can participate in their basketball classes.
Support for this video provided by the Lavelle Fund for the Blind, the College at Brockport, Campabilities, the Institute for Movement Studies for Individuals with Visual Impairments, and the American Printing House for the Blind. Special thanks to all the talent who made this video possible. Executive Producer, Dr. Lauren J. Lieberman. Content Specialist and Script Writers, Dr. Melanie Perot, Dr. Pamela Highback Beach, Dr. Kathy Houston Wilson, Tristan Pierce, Lindsay Ball, Narrator, Ruth Childs, Video Producer, Anne M. Giralico Perlman.